it had its points. I mean, I had my grudges with it, but it really was not that bad. Uh, what I noticed, I pointed this out in a post. I forget if it was on your Real Whovians Interactive or another one, but the guy's name in that satellite Rose.
Yeah, what was that about?
Yeah, I don't know, but I pointed something out. I said it's interesting how his escape pod resembled the same ship that Captain Jack used to pick up Yaz and Ryan in the previous holiday special. Because I'm looking at that. Of course, luckily I used my site, so I scrolled back
Right.
and I made certain I did the whole little scan thing. And yeah, if you look at that one dude's escape pod, it looks like or resembles to a T Captain Jack's ship that he picked up Yaz and Ryan in.
So maybe in the future. Well, we don't even know if that's in the future.
Yeah, we don't know exactly where.
We don't know where. Maybe Captain Jack has a group in space monitoring stuff, and he named
maybe this guy joins with Captain
maybe he created
Jack
that. He named it after Rose, and he put Vinder in charge.
Well, yeah, that too.
Well, a lot of people don't realize too that they're like, oh, you know, people think it's running smoothly, that there's less companions. Actually, the companions have been replaced. Because technically Vinder is going to be a companion.
Yeah.
And Claire, who gets zapped by the Weeping Angels, becomes a companion in the past, I guess. So it's not really like we got less companions. It was one of the same amounts. You know, to just replace Graham and Ryan.
Just replacing one for another, yeah.
Right. Here's the thing. For me, in the beginning, somebody else pointed it out too, that Cavanista's shadow or whatever his image looked like the aliens that were working with the master, like the shadow. I did notice that too, and it seemed to me like I was having a hard time understanding what she and Yaz was saying because they were talking so fast.
Oh, me too. Trust me, you and me both.
With their accent, and I'm like, what? You know, and I'm like, I'm just trying to, like, I'm watching it and I'm like, how is that possible? How did this thing break off and they perfectly landed in Tardis?
Yeah.
So it kind of, to me, it was, I'm not trying to pick, but it reminded me of, like, I think he took elements from season openers in the past, like when River jumped into the Tardis, into the pool for the Silence opener. Remember that? And then the whole Sally Sparrow blink.
Yeah.
We meet in the past.
Oh yeah, that whole thing with the Weeping Angels. Like
that happened already.
I was really expecting that to be Sally again, but when they
I'm like, oh, this is like Sally Sparrow. Oh, hey, Doctor, you don't know me, but I know you, and okay, but then things were out of order because I think the scene that we saw with her was not the same Claire that was talking to the Doctor, because she said she was taking the long way around, right?
Hey, man.
So what's that, Beowulf?
Somebody else pointed, I forget who it was, but someone pointed something out. He said, since the Weeping Angels only cover their face.
Yeah, that's not what they were doing.
And they said, but yet their face was covered as though someone was looking at them. So
right, they don't always have the face covered. Like they're like this. I don't know what that was about.
A lot of times they only have their faces covered when somebody is actually looking at them. And then,
but they don't always
shot,
because a lot of times they were like this. They don't always go like this. So
I was thinking, I thought that was interesting, but I thought maybe that was just like a parting action shot just to make it look a little bit more.
I don't think he gets the Weeping Angels. I don't know. How you doing, Beowulf?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you.
Okay, I'm doing okay, but my neck's been hurting all day.
Your neck?
Yeah.
Oh, you got hurt?
No, I was just walking and then suddenly it started hurting.
Oh my God. You gotta take care of yourself, bro. Maybe it's the weather or something.
Yeah, probably.
Did you like the episode of Doctor Who?
It's one of Chibnall's best so far.
I mean, I agree. I definitely think
It was
too little,
good.
too late
Yeah.
though. But like,
Mm.
they definitely need to get rid of the timeless child garbage.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that just
Yeah,
hopefully
that's
Russell
what's
T. Davies.
dragging everything down. I think that's one of the
Causing
reasons why
division.
people were. Let's go ahead.
Yeah,
Ben.
that the whole thing with the vision. Yes, I was doing a live stream with my gaming, and I was talking to Marty about Doctor Who. I'm playing the Friday 13th puzzle, and I'm like, they need to get rid of the toddler's child crap. I mean, Russell T. Davies has got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
If Chibnall does.
Even if it's like an offhanded comment. I mean,
Yeah, it can't stay that way.
I'd even satisfy with an offhanded comment to where, oh, this was blah blah blah.
I don't think people understand. Like, I don't think Russell T. Davies understands that if he keeps it that way, the audience is not going to come back.
They're not going to. They're going to pretty much think that, oh, he's just carrying it over so he can bring his name back.
And some of our own members are just not watching it because they're annoyed with the whole timeless child thing, and some of them are they're done with it. I mean, I know, my son Anthony's done with it, but Joe is not done with it. My son Joe. Anthony won't even watch it, and there's some real Whovians that just not, they're not going to watch it anymore.
She became the Doctor. It's like, so between that and the time,
I think it's just Chibnall mostly because his writing is garbage. Like, now all of a sudden you're writing your best work in the end when you're ready to leave.
Yeah. Why didn't he do this 2 series ago?
Right, like, what are you wasting time for? Like, that villain is cool in the beginning. I mean, I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, sort of like Thanos.
It was just awesome. Like, I don't know. It was a great. But then, like people have a problem with it because they're like, why are you throwing all this shit in a bowl, and none of it's making sense? Like, because it's like you're desperate to get the ratings, you're desperate to get whatever, but none of it's making sense. Like, Centaurs are thrown in there, and they're like, okay, wait a minute now.
I think
don't they want to take over?
The Centaurs look good. I mean, to me, in the Tenet episode, they look good. But I'm the type of person who feels that, the blue suit armor looks good, but they need to have that tattered, battle-worn armor, which these Centaurs had.
They're making it like they're into chaos, like they're into like death and like they're supposed to be taking over, not like just killing everybody. Like that's the whole point. It's like they were trying to take over time. They were trying to take over different things. Like, now they're just excited that everything's people going to die. I was like, okay, this is like a different,
I mean,
but
were
like none of it
fighting the Routons,
but none of it like fit. Like, all this stuff was thrown in like a puzzle.
Disjointed,
and you're like, what's happening?
And you put the pieces together.
It's not coming together. That's the whole point. It's like, how is this coming together?
It almost feels like that Seinfeld episode where they had everything going backwards.
Right.
And that's what it feels like.
Another thing too, Cavanista, there was another cat-like creature that was like the villain with Capaldi and with Ashilda, right?
These were dogs.
From another okay, they're dog. But right, he's a dog. I mean, what was he trying to do? The Force?
I don't know. I think that's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah, because they said
they trying to make
every
it
one of their beings have a human counterpart, which they were trying.
But what was
the
thing he was doing? He was trying to Is
that what he's trying to do? How did that even happen?
Was that making fun of the Force? Like,
I think so. That or he was stealing from the Force.
It's not really, because he didn't really. And is he a villain or is he not a villain? Because the way he tried to kill them, it's like he's a villain, but then he's not a villain. So, I mean, I think we need to establish what the hell he is, if he's a villain or not, even though. And then the main villain, danced with the Doctor, battling him, her, throughout time, and this is their final battle, sort of like the Black Guardian, like the last encounter. But she has no idea who this person is.
People think it's the Master.
No, it's not the Master, because the Master didn't have a sister. So it's not the Master at all. Definitely not. And I don't think I don't like people listen. People are starting to put nonsense on Twitter like they're hoping that Vinder is River Song. Why would you want Vinder to be River Song? River Song died, and she's in the library, and her soul's in there, and she doesn't have a body, and she can't escape. And
she's had her story.
That's it. She's done. Yeah. Unless the Doctor gets her out of the library, but
I'll say this much. I know this is trailing off. I see RTD trying to get her to come back, but
Who is that? That's Perry.
Riverside.
You got Perry. No, Perry in the lobby. You gotta do it. Says attach a microphone so it can get you in. Won't let me add you in the stream if you're not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
Wolf.
found that
don't
out.
know
I found that out with my old cameras when I had disconnected.
I can't let you in unless you follow the instructions. I can't. Yeah, I think it's Perry trying to get in. I think.
Well, the Cybermen have been confirmed for episode 3.
And that's another thing. Is it the Cybermen, the Cyberlords? Is the regular Cybermen, right?
Yeah, the Cyber Warriors. Yeah.
Not the Cyberlords, right? With the
No,
the
regular
Cybermen.
Yeah.
Cybermen, okay.
But we don't know if they'll play a major role or not.
Yeah,
it's all over the place.
Yeah, I know. I'm just hoping that he just kind of knits it together like a nice blanket. But you got to get rid of the Thomas Children, Russ. This is
definitely
that's
what's
gonna be a waste of time.
That's what dragged this whole series down.
And hopefully Russell T Davies can fix it.
Chibnall, yes, we had our problems with Chibnall. I'm not saying we didn't. But if he didn't go the route of Timeless Children, I think he would have honestly been able to carry this thing on a little bit.
I got to tell you right now.
He should have had the flux. Personally, what was going on, he should have nixed the Timeless Child thing, had this flux thing be the lead-in to everything.
I'm going to tell you, if he doesn't fix the Timeless Child, and if Russell T Davies doesn't fix it, then I'm probably going to be out.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a disrespect to the show.
It is.
And it ruins the concept of Doctor Who, because you're not asking who the Doctor is, because you know who the Doctor is. The Doctor's not from Gallifrey, from another universe. And I'm not happy with that. I want the mystery to remain.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want like all these things added to the history. The Doctor was not a female first. I'm like, don't rewrite history like that.
That was Chibnall trying to add his own.
I don't like that
diversity garbage.
And this is what they're doing. They're constantly.
It's forced diversity.
History.
Let's put it that way.
It is forced diversity, and they did.
Rewriting history. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not for that. So
it's like the Great Reset.
That's what it is, and I'm not a part of that. Look, you could add stuff to the story, but if you go and you mess with the original concept of it, then you're ruining the show. I'm telling you, people are not wanting to watch it.
No,
like,
they're not.
Our own members are like, I guess, split. They're not gonna come back and do podcasts about it because they don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
So
and I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
I don't blame him either. But he better fix it this time. This Charles garbage.
He's got like 8 episodes to go.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
I know. We're gonna have Sally's gonna appear on the weekend.
Oh, nice.
Chris didn't see the episode. I have to reach out to Vaughn and see what's going on with her, and Philip I know saw it, and Connor, and we got to see who's going to be coming back to do the podcast.
I forget if I saw it later that night or the following day.
I think you saw it because we were talking and you didn't see it yet.
I hadn't seen it yet, but
I was going to do a podcast
after I got off with
you, because I was going to do a podcast with you immediately, but you didn't see it, so I said, all right, we'll do it tomorrow. And I think I got a message from you, I think the wee hours in the morning, like
that's what it was.
I think it was 3 o'clock or something, and meanwhile your 3 o'clock is my 4 o'clock. So I think I didn't see that until the next day, and then work, I work a lot of hours, so we're trying to like but you had to work, I had to work. If I was off,
and then you were working. You said Thursday. I said okay.
Yeah, because I said to myself, I was like, we can't, like, I'm working more hours, and you're working, and they released it at a weird time.
Yeah,
they honestly did. So I figured Thursday would be the best opportunity to do it because I don't have to work for another couple hours. I leave. Like I guess I leave at.
I don't have to work Friday, so I'm gonna go see.
I leave.
I'm gonna see how Eternals is, and then
I leave in 2 hours, or an hour and a half, I guess. I got to go to work to do overnight. So I figured, because I was talking to Chris, we're going to do the Everything show probably on the weekend because I don't have enough time to do it today because he wanted to do the Matt Smith thing talking about Palpatine and all that. So we're going to do that on the weekend, either tomorrow or Saturday.
I know this is getting off of Doctor Who a bit, but he was excellent in
Oh, you saw Last
last night
Soho?
in Soho.
Last Soho?
Oh God, he was great
Really?
in that. Yes,
Wow.
yes, he was awesome in that. I don't exactly call it a horror flick. It was more like a suspense movie.
Okay.
But it was, yes. Go see it. Definitely go see Soho. It was
Okay.
It was worth the price.
I'm gonna try to see if I can. I got a very busy week.
Like I said,
you know.
Dune was okay.
Really? What a letdown!
Yeah, I mean,
really?
a buddy of mine says, "What do you mean it was real great?" Because I didn't
We'll
realize it was
do an everything
run.
show because I'll watch Dune.
Yeah,
and I'll watch Soho, and then we'll do everything show.
I'll say this much: it's a matinee movie, and it's worth your DVD collection. I will say that much. But to me, it was all right.
Right. All right. So with Doctor Who, there was stuff coming out today that they're trying to say that they think they know the 14th Doctor. They think it's someone from It's a Sin with Russell T. Russell T. Davies has to choose the Doctor. I don't know if it's going to be a male again or female. I mean, it's looking like it's going to be the Doctor's going to be a male. That's the way it looks like they're leading.
I'm sorry. This is what I've said every single time since the whole deal has started of Chibnall leaving. It was due to all the headaches with Chibnall and Whitaker. I'm sorry, they're going to have to put the female ideal doctor on the back burner for a time. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm fine with that.
They're going to have to hit. Granted, I don't know by how many doctors they're going to have to do. I'll say that.
I'm only concerned. I'm not concerned with how. All I'm concerned with is they get the right person for the
same here.
doctor.
Same here.
I don't care about Doctor 15, 16, 17, 18. We know that. Look, my source had told me that this was happening with Bad Wolf Productions. You know, with Russell T. Davis. Told me a while ago. I had talked about it on here that it was going to go out of. It was not going to be in house. It was going to be out. You know, I said this already. I even made a video a while ago saying don't be too surprised. If you remember, I said this. If Russell T. Davis or Stephen Moffat come back to take over the show, I've said this in the past from what I heard. So this is not a surprise to me at all. It wasn't a surprise when I heard it. You know, I was like, oh, I was surprised at the timing of the announcement.
Yeah.
But I wasn't surprised that they came back because, again, now that Russell T. Davis has complete control over it.
Doctor Who magazine may actually go back to the way it's.
And BBC has no control.
And plus, we'll start with Russell T. Davies and Moffat. We were getting.
Moffat will be back too.
We were basically getting. Hey guys, listen. This is what's coming up. Hey guys, wait for this. Where Moffat,
I honestly think
where Chibnall's going. Nope. You can't say that. You can't release that.
Well, listen, if you remember, we talked about this many a time when he did End of Time. There was somebody in the BBC from old school Doctor Who that did the show that wouldn't allow Russell T. Davis to say that the woman was the Doctor's mother.
Yeah.
They stepped in there and they're like, you can't do this. And it's like, wow, who could have the power to do that, Russell T. Davis? Someone. So now I have a feeling that was always in the back of his mind that he just couldn't have complete control. That was the last thing he did at the time, and he kind of got screwed over that he couldn't do that. So it's been in the works for a while for him.
I will say this much about that: don't do it immediately. Don't do it during your first series. Maybe
I want to turn the child over, and he has got to get rid of it. He can't listen. No politics.
Oh, okay.
No, if you, he's not going to revisit that about the Doctor's mother.
No, he's not. But if he does,
because Chibnall fucked it up. Because now it's like, oh, well, this is his second mother. Because fucking right. I mean, it's like Chibnall fucked it up right now. Oh, this is the second time he's a kid in a barn. Like, and that's another thing too. It's like the one thing I never understood is that when the Doctor, as the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, talked about the Time Lords, he talked about them in a high regard. Right, like they're the best society and race, but then he fully has the knowledge that they let the poor live in the fucking gutter desert. So how are they the best society if they're like just like Earth, where people have classes, rich and poor? They're not better than us. Even for billions of years, they didn't learn anything. So they'll even let people live in the fucking slums and rags. We saw that
in
the 50th.
The entire original series too.
They just have
We've
better
seen
technology.
that in the 50th. We've seen that they were wearing rags on the street when the doctors were going through the streets with the Time War. Yeah. It's like, how do you fucking let your advanced civilization like that, but you still have rich and poor classes? That's terrible. They should all be the same. Right. So, but that's how there's limited thinking when it comes to the writing. They should have been that way.
I mean, the entire planet should be a utopia.
Right. It's like that. If you're talking about how great it is, but then you're leaving out. You're leaving out. I can't see anybody. You can see people.
Yeah, I see
comments.
I'm clicked over to the comments, and I see private chat too in the private chat.
Oh, I can't see anybody. Hold on. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? There we go. Make up your damn minds, Jesus. What does that mean? What do you mean? We're doing it Thursday. We said we're going to do Whovians on Thursday, right? I made a video about it. That's what Richard's talking about. I don't know. Memery.
Oh, guess who's back? He has returned.
Dude, why is this about you? We're talking about Doctor Who. This is the one thing that I'm not tolerating. Is that this is the real Whovians. Right, this is not the memery show. This is the real Whovians. We're talking about Doctor Who. This little thing about whatever you selfishness, that's not what this is about. We're talking about Doctor Who memery. So not today. We've been dying to talk about the Flux. Whatever the fuck it is.
What the flux is going on?
Yeah, what the flux is going on, right? I mean, I look, get rid of the Timeless Child, Rusty Davis, or else people are out. I'm sorry. I don't care if you spend millions and billions and whatever. If you don't get rid of the Timeless Child, people will not come back.
Mm-hmm. They won't.
I don't know how you have to spell it out to these people. You could get Russell T. Davis, you could get Moffat, Gatiss, you could get every fucking Neil Gaiman, you could get fucking Peter Jackson, but if you don't fucking get rid of the Timeless Child, no one's gonna give a fuck. Basically, okay, that is the worst thing to happen to Doctor Who in history, and Chibnall did it, and they need to have the balls to get rid of it, okay, and not worry about. Listen, I know writers don't want to step on each other's toes. But this fucking guy stepped on everybody's toes by erasing everything of Doctor Who history.
The video games and TV shows and movies that fans wrote in a bitch load, and they eventually changed stuff. Look at the Mass Effect 3 thing. At the end of Mass Effect 3, where we didn't like how that ended, and they did a DLC where you could have actually.
Oh, that's the one game all the games I'm playing. I didn't even get into that yet. Right, Bad Wolf? I'm playing like every game there is, and I didn't even get to that yet.
Game master.
Now we just added a game to my list. Yeah. Thanks. No, another game I'm going to get. No, that's all right. No. So, honestly, this is like if any way to reach Russell T. Davis. I understand nobody wants to undo what a writer did, but Moffat did it to Russell T. Davis, and Russell T. Davis wrote about it in the goddamn Doctor Who magazine. So, you know what? RTD, get rid of the Timeless Child shit. Yeah. You have to. If you want Doctor Who to survive, you gotta get rid of the fucking.
Yeah, the Timeless Child scenario was stupid to begin with.
You know what? No, if I'm telling you, he's gotta get rid of it. He's gonna go back on his word if that's the case. You can't have that stay. That I'm telling you right now, that's like Spider-Man killing people, and Spider-Man will kill people, and then nobody's going to watch that anymore, read it. You can't change the character that dramatically. This was a mistake. They make mistakes sometimes, and this was a mistake. The mistake is the Timeless Child. And the Matrix of Gallifrey, the Matrix of Gallifrey was bullshit before. The Matrix of Gallifrey said that the Doctor committed an act of genocide so that way he could lose the trial and trial of the Time Lord and the Valio to win. Remember that? It was like they fudged the archives, whatever. It was a lie. A lie. So like you can't tell me that's canon. Like the Matrix of Gallifrey has been altered. It's a lie. She's not the Timeless Child.
That's why I've said from the get-go, I have a feeling this is a Rassilon plot to pretty much distract the Doctor so he could retake Gallifrey. He slips the Master this falsified data about the Doctor being the timeless child. Then that way, while the two of them are battling each other and hopefully kill each other, because Rassilon's got the gruff against the Doctor due to what happened in Hell Bent.
Oof.
He's got a gruff against the Master due to what happened at the end of Time Part 2. So why not have those two distract each other, kill each other, and then that Vard, or whatever the hell you call those one aliens from Spyfall. They're the ones they're the ones that created this blasé reality, or they're both still inside the Matrix.
Do you remember from Extremis, the Doctor could still be trapped in that Matrix?
That's true.
Yeah, but you're not going to throw out all those years of history.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, here's the thing. Your theory that you did, Rassilon. I like your theory.
And Ruth is also Ruth was a CIA agent, Celestial Intervention Agency, dispatched to investigate who breached the Matrix.
Well, you can't do that. You want to know why? Because they already said in canon they had the same mind. So she is the Doctor. At some point in time in time. So you can't say she's not the Doctor, because she's the Doctor.
That's what I was coming up.
They had that mind link. They had that mind link that they had the same brain.
Well, don't forget, they had that info stamp, so that could have also helped out.
Doctor can't still be in the Matrix on that. But the Valyard was in control of the Matrix.
That's true,
and it was alive. So he could it could be the Valyard. Maybe the I don't know. So you gotta get rid of the Timeless Child.
You never know.
Yeah, Timeless Child's got to be written out.
Gotta go. I don't care. No matter what, that's gotta go. And you know that if Russell T Davies don't do it, and Moffat comes in, Moffat's getting rid of it.
Oh, hell
Moffat don't give a shit. Moffat went against his own best friends.
Yeah, Moffat would get rid of anything.
Moffat will get rid of that in 5 fucking minutes.
Showman.
No, because Moffat's like, oh, fuck that. He went against his own best friends and said, if you do this, we disown you. And they disown you. Like, with the Time War and all that. So, like, he will fucking get rid of that in a heartbeat. Because he knows, look, Russell T Davies is trying to be like politics and like, hey, let's make everybody happy. Moffat's like, no, this is my shit. That shit's gone. He would do that and instantly get rid of that. I didn't even watch.
Going back real quick to the whole Flux thing, the show just seemed to be they just seemed to run too much through much of the adventure. If you notice that, it's like
6 episodes isn't enough.
I've been gaming, Richard. So the only thing I watched of YouTube
how's your hand?
My thumb and my fingers. It's painful.
I've got to go back to gaming. I haven't gone back. I've stopped gaming altogether.
The only thing I watched on YouTube was Drama Alert, Jake Paul, Logan Paul. No, I'm telling you what I was watching on YouTube because I don't watch Dr. Freedom lately. There was a thing with the game Nowhere Girl, which I couldn't platinum because it was a glitch, and then I watched iBad Driver and Overhyped Gamer talking about they were talking about the glitch, why I couldn't get the platinum, and I was going on Twitter about the whatever. That's what I was doing. That's the only thing I watched. Oh, and that and freaking dog videos and cat videos. All right, what's up, Noel?
How are you?
Hello.
What's going on, bro? How are you?
Not too bad. How are you all feeling?
Doing okay.
All right. Fingers need a little work because I kind of messed up my hands, but
my neck's in pain.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Listen, it's entertainment. You watch stuff when you come home. I watch stuff all the time. So, but anyway, Doctor Who. Look, I know he's trying to play both sides. RTD, like, try to get everybody happy. No, you just do the right thing and you get rid of the Timeless Child, and that's the end of it. And then, then people will come back because they're not going to come back. I mean, I've reached out to some of my members. They won't watch it. They're done. Just like I know you had a problem with Lee. Lee didn't want to watch it, right?
Yeah, so, got him to watch it eventually. But the thing about it is, I agree with you, and I hate to say it, it seems to be that this Timeless Children thing is going to be a sticking point for a lot of fans, whether they move on.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, now, I'm just giving my opinion here. If you agree or disagree, that's fine. But I don't think RTD is going to touch this. I think it'll be Chris Chibnall if he's going to do it. The whole thing about Flux is obviously the first episode's kind of all over the place, but it did have some good elements in there. The thing about it is, I think he's going to. I could be wrong, but I think he might put this in a bubble universe. That's been going around quite a lot. I don't think he'll retcon it the way fans want it retconned, but I think he'll do it in a way that will please both set of fans. Now, whether he can pull it off is the big question here. Because remember, Chibnall always starts off well, right? In his first episode, he always starts off well. It's the second and third episode where it all falls apart. So next week,
Moffat did the same thing though. His second part is all shit too.
Yeah, so being honest, the second part and the third part of this is going to be very important. And we will see then and get a better understanding what he's trying to do. But I have to say I was surprised. I think, personally speaking, it's the best thing that he's.
Oh, that's what I thought. I immediately.
I admit, like I said, I watched
it 5 times already.
Too much, but
I watched it 5 times already, and I enjoyed it every time. And I'm like, why couldn't he do this series 1? Like,
I know that's the question.
Problem. Finally, this guy gets his shit together, and it's too fucking late.
It's too late.
Everybody's wanting him gone, and he's thinking, maybe if I do this,
fucking cool, though.
Let me stay.
It's like, what's going on inside his mind?
No, but the opener, how fucking cool was that villain? Fucking just killed him instantly. Fucking great.
For once, we've got a villain that actually has a threat.
Yes.
The Flux is also a threat. We don't, you know what I mean? For once, this doctor is actually under threat now, and Jodie herself, her doctor now, can't blag her way through this now or be good.
She has no idea what the fuck is happening. She has no idea what's happening.
Yeah, because he said, I've been here X number of years, thousands of years. I know all your moves.
Yeah.
So you can't BS me, basically.
Right. And she don't know shit. So this is what I think. Now, this whole thing with when they were going through the planets, this reminded me of 2 things. It reminded me of Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, when the probe was going through and fucking up every planet there was, destroying everything. And it also like Thanos with the snap and the Endgame, right? So like I was like, oh, but I let it go because I'm like, all right, they're trying to make a thing out of it. But did it destroy the planets or did it rewrite?
It looked like it was destroying them. It looked like
because they said something about rewritten or something. Now,
what it probably did is what we probably couldn't see is it probably disintegrated them, but yet we couldn't see them reform later on because they switched to another spot real quick.
Because now Vinder, look, obviously calling the outpost Rose has something to do with Captain Jack.
Yeah.
Because Captain Jack lives to be billions of years, so
like I said,
he probably has his hand in making. Right, yeah, probably has his hand in making organizations look out for the universe or something. So it's probably, but they probably can't say it's Captain Jack.
Yeah,
because of all the shit that's going on. So
that there was like the first thing I seen when I seen that outpost Rose thing was like, I know. Part of me just thinks, that was Captain Jack that was meant to be in that space station.
Right. But also they did the Rose and Crown.
Yeah, I agree with Marty there. I think of all the stuff with John Barrowman, if the fans their fans hadn't kicked up, I think he would have been in this series. And I think that's why Binder is there now, to be quite honest with you. I think Jack was supposed to be in Series 13, to be quite honest with you. Is there a chance of him coming back still? I think so, because the rehabilitation has already started. ITV, obviously, he's working for them now. He's back doing Comic Cons as well. And I think BBC, we've seen all the recent stuff with them. They seem to be changing tact as well. I don't know what's going on with the BBC, but BBC seems to have finally gotten their act together because there's been a few reports and news headlines this LGBTQ plus representation and what it's done. BBC, articles and all. So I don't know. I think BBC is on the change, but it's too late. as you said, Matrix Lord, this is 5 years too late. Chris Chibnall delivers his best 5 years too late. And the question that fans now must ask is, why is it taking him this long?
Yeah.
Mate,
and you need to go back to form too. You need to bring the episode count back.
Yeah.
So we don't have these little bits and pieces, 6 episodes and we're done. And then you got to wait a whole year for it to regenerate. Like, just bring it back to either 13 plus a special, which I heard that too, that they're going to bring the Christmas specials back also with RTD, which I'm happy about that also.
Yeah.
But
RTD will bring it. Look. RTD coming back, right, is very interesting because it's already been reported now that they have to fort out 40 million to bring him back. Now, the question everybody must ask, why is BBC willing to lose, or BBC Studios, whoever, are willing to lose 40 million to bring him back when you can actually go with the cheap option, which is Chibnall and Whittaker, continue with them, right?
Because BBC is not going to survive. What's going to happen is the BBC is going to go away, and there's going to be a very small, if I can use the word division, there's going to be a very small thing that is just making
too, if I remember.
So in other words, even though they don't have control, RTD's company still's got to pay the BBC, I guess, royalties or whatever that they're allowed to use the character, right? Same thing like the Daleks.
Exactly, with the Terry Nation,
So that's what they're doing with the BBC.
Yeah,
the BBC
similar.
And when the BBC is basically done, there's not going to be any studios, there's not going to be anything, but they're still going to have the CEOs making money from the damn show, and they're not going to have the workforce. They're not going to have all these people under the
You got the China deal still going through. So.
Yeah,
the fact
I'm glad it's been taken out BBC's control, though. That's a thing a lot of fans wanted. It's taking out BBC's control. Bad Wolf and BBC Studios now. And remember, Bad Wolf is actually on the verge of a takeover from Sony.
Yes,
so that's more money coming in. So look, the BBC Studios and Bad Wolf are not going to be short of money. So when RTD,
oh hell no,
he's going to have a war chest basically. Now,
and they also have, besides HBO Max having Doctor Who, they have AMC Plus, which, if you didn't notice, AMC knows that The Walking Dead is winding down. So they're expanding their markets, and they're grabbing franchises and they're putting it on their streaming service, which I got the free preview, and now you pay $8.99 a month and you can watch everything connected. So it's not like before where it's like, oh no, Doctor Who is only HBO Max. They have that new deal. They have that new. That's the third deal.
This is going to be a global event now. This is going to be like when we had the 50th anniversary. There's going to be that much buzz and hype around it. Now, there is people out there thinking that, because RTD was back, that this series was going to get a bump. I don't know where they got that from, to be quite honest with you, because what the RTD announcement did was actually take away the hype and the support for Series 13, because everybody...
absolutely. Everybody's like, I'll wait till they're done. Everybody's like, I'll wait till they're done. Just let me know when RTD starts.
Exactly. And that's what's happened. So, look, again, people are kind of bringing the overnights into the conversation. And I've said, look, you have to kind of look at the situation, right? First of all, they put it on Halloween night, right?
That's the worst thing you could have done.
Yeah. The worst night that you could have put it on. So the overnights for this episode, I've told people, look, you can't take them seriously. The 7-day consolidated figures is where we'll be able to judge how well this episode actually done. Now, it got 4.33. How many more million is going to be added onto that catch up, do you reckon?
Yeah, I honestly think with the ratings, hold on.
Deal or what? I heard
I honestly think with the ratings, they're going to pick up because the people that didn't watch it have been hearing what's going on. And I think that they want to see how it leads into RTD stuff. I don't think it's going to grow that much because they know that they'll probably wait to the specials next year to see what's going on. But I think they will. I think that the last episode of The Flux will be the highest rated of the whole thing.
Of course.
That's common sense. I think that the next episode, I don't know if it's going to be that much of a
I'll
jump.
say this
There
much
will
about
be
the
a
next
dip.
episode.
Listen,
The ratings
there's
for the
always
next
a
episode is going to be
mid-season
higher,
dip.
but
I think the Weeping Angel episode would do better than the Centaur
Yeah,
episode.
but there's always a mid-season dip. People have to remember, especially under the Chris Chibnall era, there always has been a mid-season. So I agree with you. The first episode did okay considering the night that was on. The next two episodes now, we'll either, I say the Sontaran War will probably do well. It'll be the third episode where we'll probably get a dip.
So
And
wait,
then-
the ratings was what for the 4 point what?
4.33.
4.3.
I'll say 5.4 with the Centaurans.
Yeah.
Do you
I'll
reckon?
say 5.4. Yeah. It's not going to get that much better. It's not going to be. It's not going to be like fucking high, like super high. Because here's the thing: as much as we like,
are you saying 5.4 for the consolidated, or are you saying 5.4 overnight for Sunday night?
what was the thing that we just saw? 4 point. What was that?
It was
That was his first
4.33 for the
episode.
first episode. That was
In
there.
general, right?
Halloween, right? So
Okay.
yeah, so you're looking at next week. We will
A
get
little
the
higher,
7
I think.
We'll get the 7 days, so it'll probably be about 5.5, maybe 6 million.
I think it'll be 5.4, but I think that I think after what's the Weeping Angel episode? The fourth one?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's the third.
I don't think the third one's going to be that great. I think the fourth one.
The fourth one is the Weeping Angels one. They reckon the third one will be the 1800s Liverpool one.
Is that what the Cybermen, the third one?
There's rumor of them turning up on it.
And then we got the trailer. The sixth episode, we're gonna have the trailer for the New Year's special with the Daleks, the final trilogy.
He
Right?
probably won't. He probably just announced the episode title and leave us until flipping Christmas
think
Day.
so?
Well, you see, the thing about this, if you think about when this, right, we've already started. So by the time this finishes, we are going to be at the end of November, the start of December.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be a couple of weeks break then, and then the New Year special drops.
Exactly. You have no time to promote it.
Honest, I agree with Marty. I don't think there will actually be a trailer that night. I think he'll wait a couple of days or maybe a week and then drop the trailer.
Hey, it would not
They
surprise
made
me.
such a mistake. The
If he
ratings
left
were
the
shit
trailer-
because they didn't promote it.
If they left the trailer to Christmas Eve, it wouldn't surprise me.
The reason why people didn't come back is because they didn't promote it correctly.
It's bad promotion.
Like they didn't do no marketing 6 months ahead of time. Capaldi, they freaking
Listen,
promoted
this
like
is what they
listed
did.
and shit.
This is what they did, right? They announced RTD, right? A week later, then they decided to drop the trailer.
Right.
Like you announce RTD, all the attention's going to be on him, and then you release the trailer. Look at the trailer, how it's
I
performed.
honestly think that the BBC is in worse trouble than we think, and they had no choice because I think that if they didn't announce it, he would have announced it. He would have announced it because he's taking over, so he don't give a fuck.
I think this is what happened. I think the newspapers got a hold of it. I don't think they actually wanted to announce RTD yet, to be quite honest with you, because if you look at the announcement, it is strange that they announced it when they announced it. I think the papers got a hold of it and knew that he was actually coming back, and BBC preempted all the headlines and said, oh, fuck it, we have to announce it now because they're going to announce it, but we might as well be the ones to announce. So they announced it.
Mm-hmm.
I also think they announced it too because they felt that it would help the show now, which it didn't, because Russell T Davies is a company man where he looks at all the avenues of Doctor Who. He looks at the merchandise. He looks at Doctor Who magazine, tries to make sure that they're okay. The action figures, everything. So Chibnall was against everything. So now he has to rebuild the brand. Before he could spend money in New York and Times Square, putting up Doctor Who posters everywhere and putting them on buses like he had it before, he has to build that shit up because he's going to be wasting money because nobody's going to watch it. He's got to build it up where he makes it where there's a demand for it again. And right now, it's not that much. I don't know anywhere that has Flux T-shirts, by the way.
No,
okay?
I went walking by
check,
one
but I'm pretty sure there's no fucking Flux
there,
T-shirt.
and I didn't see.
I'm pretty sure they said, "Fuck this! We lost money last time because you gave us a T-shirt with prison garb and fucking scratch marks. That was the worst T-shirt ever." So I'm pretty sure the Hot Topic didn't jump on that. I'm pretty sure the whole company didn't jump on that.
You look at Flux, right, and you look at the Halloween episode, right? That dog character is definitely for the merchandising.
Yeah.
He's
For
right.
Carvanista.
He's a fucking action figure. Just like Vinder's an action figure. The Flux guy, the Swarm guy.
Yeah,
they're
all
action
action figures. So they are like, for once, Chris Chibnall, right? It still might be a hot mess, but it's at least he is trying to give these licensees something.
Well, they already have somebody working on those. Because they posted on Twitter, they made the mold for the head. They said, and they sold it to make the figures that they bought them. Because I saw it look fantastic. That they had the head mold for the villain, the main villain, the Swarm guy, and then the sister, and then had Vinder. So I'm like, oh shit, they already have. They're
probably going to do them as a 3-pack.
Who do you think this guy is, the Swarm guy? Because I've been thinking about this.
He's not. Here's the thing: the Master didn't have a sister, so he's not the Master.
It's either Rassilon, Omega, or
it's not. It's not Rassilon, but he could listen. He could be the Black Guardian. We don't know, or maybe not. Maybe just somebody that we. I just hope that they don't say that the Doctor battled him before the first Doctor, because then I'm going to piss me off.
Yeah, that would be stupid.
That's going to piss me off.
I think this whole my own opinion at the minute and my headcanon and the way I hope Chibnall goes forward with this is that the Ruth Doctor. I hope he goes to season 6B right. I hope he puts her in the season that the second Doctor. It's probably that if you want to keep it out of pre-Hartnell, this is the way I see it. Whereby you say, right, the second Doctor before he was sent off to Earth was being regenerated into the Ruth Doctor.
Oh no! When he was being forcibly
idea. I have a new.
It was like a.
I have a new theory now.
Or unknown thing.
I have a new theory now that would make it fit. I feel that Ruth Doctor is, like what I feel is that once Rassilon and everybody was kicked off planet, right? Clara fucked up the timeline.
Yeah.
Because she never went back to die, meaning that the Doctor wouldn't watch her die, meaning that the 12th Doctor would not become the 13th Doctor and would just go off doing other things. The whole timeline would change, and you would get the Joe Martin that could be possibly regenerated from Capaldi in a new timeline.
There's going to be more fugitive Doctors as well. That's a guarantee, I reckon.
And the Master could have killed everybody on Gallifrey, right, in the past before they even went in the fucking bubble. Like, just fucked everything up.
But like, the thing is, if you introduce more of these fugitive Doctors, you know, there's always going to be someone in the back of the mind going like, oh, I wonder what that whole regeneration cycle was like.
Yeah.
I just hate this idea of bringing in characters unexpected, but like, haha, I'm a doctor. Haha, I'm a doctor. Oh, look, my Turkish
Well, look, they did that in the past. They said the Balyard was a future Doctor. They said the Watcher was the final incarnation of the Doctor. He was the Doctor all the time, and then he regenerated into himself.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So they did that twice.
The thing about it is, it's one episode in. He's left a lot of strands there. Now, his job now over the next 5 episodes, he introduced a lot of characters. In the second episode especially, he has to develop a lot of these characters. And he's going to be introducing more new characters as well. He has to keep up the pace from the first one because obviously it did start off really fast. They jumped from scene to scene. So he's got a lot of explaining to do over the next few episodes and to give us some idea what he's actually doing with all of this. But I have to say, I've noticed the fandom is shocked, surprised, because I wasn't expecting this.
I didn't see that much negative shit at all on Twitter.
No, that's the thing.
There's a lot. There's a lot on.
This shit is great.
There's a lot on Rotten Tomatoes. It's between
no. I'm not talking about the rating system. I'm talking about the majority of the people that fight with us or whatever. Like we had the thing split, right?
Yeah.
Majority of everybody fucking loved it. Nobody was fighting. They're like, well, this is what I said. Doctor Who needs to come back so this shit stops and everybody stops fighting, right?
This is the thing. You give the audience something decent, right? Which he has, fairness to him, right? It's 5 years too late, but still, he gave us something decent. If he can keep this pace up, the momentum, and explain the things that he's trying to do in this era could really surprise. This season could really surprise a lot of people. I was shocked watching it. You said you watched it 5 times. I have never watched the Jodie Whittaker episode more than once. I sat down tonight and watched the episode again while Cheryl was streaming on my channel, giving her opinion on it. I watched it a second time. I don't watch Jodie Whittaker's
exactly.
But the thing is, right,
bro, that's my point too.
Everything he's doing at the minute is what Broadchurch was as a show. I've watched Broadchurch. I know what it's like. So, you know, they were raving about Chris Chibnall being this big, great writer in Broadchurch and all. You know, if this is what it took, if it took him to go and take the Broadchurch formula in its entirety and now pull it in and be a serialization.
But why didn't he do that at first, though, Marty? That's the thing. Why didn't he play to his strengths? Why didn't he play to Jodie Whittaker?
Well, listen. We could always
annoying this time.
We could always allow, listen, just like Russell T. Davis's series 1, right? We could always allow one series for them to get their foot wet, right? The second season of Chibnall should have been fucking absolutely amazing. And it wasn't.
Yeah,
he fucked up. He fucked up, okay?
Yeah.
So now he's getting his feet wet. How many fucking years later, though? Right? And it's, you know what's going to be the funny thing? The funny thing, he's going to laugh because he's going to, hopefully, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. This is going to be obviously the best fucking season. I think it's going to be the best season compared to all the other bullshit that he did. And people will be like, what the fuck happened? In the end, they're going to be like, why didn't you put this garbage out? Why did you put this
garbage out during your second to third season?
It's like
he was read the Riot Act. He was read the Riot Act. He was told that, look, this is not working, right? This is why RTD is coming back. For all the people that are still defending this era, though, look, no matter what you all say, it's been a failure. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
I don't think that Moffat didn't have a hand in it either, though, because Moffat leaked. Listen, Moffat created the Weeping Angels, so Moffat was definitely on set talking to him, talking about the Weeping Angels.
Oh, he said he was talking to him. Did you not see the little
exactly? I didn't see the clip, but he's definitely been fucking.
I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to say this, right? I actually think. Right, this is just an opinion now. This is not what I've heard.
They were pissed with the top of the show. I bet you him and Rob
they're actually helping him behind the scenes. They
I think so.
Behind the scenes because there's a lot of Moffat and RTD in this. This is not Chibnall. There's a lot.
They had that party where they didn't want to bash him, but they weren't fucking happy with the Timeless Child.
They're not happy.
And I remember fucking Moffat was stuffing his fucking face with sandwiches, fucking pissed, and fucking Yaz was there, and I'm laughing my ass off, and then like fucking, he's like panic eating, like what the fuck you do to fucking Doctor Who? Flip it out.
They're definitely helping him, but this thing that Moffat leaked the Weeping Angels is not actually true. Because a photograph dropped before he actually let the cat out of the bag, and I don't know how that's gone over people's heads. There was literally a photograph leaked by a fan about the Weeping Angels before Stephen.
They knew they were coming back because they were in the fucking episode with the fucking Captain Jack, and fucking they've been talking to them like, we want to fight the Weeping Angels. We want to fight the Weeping Angels. Of course, they fight the Weeping Angels.
RTD are giving them a hand with this. I guarantee.
Somebody had to do something.
But like he had the whole Timeless Child thing. Imagine if he had it written out from series 13, and then honestly, as he says, everything changed with COVID. Everything had to be,
listen, he got a deal. Chibnall got a deal. They're like, listen, you want to go now, because we'll take over, and we'll give you this fucking movie to do for BBC, and we'll do this thing. Just get the fuck out.
Go while you're on top.
Get the fuck out. Just go. We got this, bro. Don't worry.
The man isn't on top. He's never been on top with this.
Like, we got this, bro. Don't worry. What do you want to do? You want 5 fucking specials for fucking nothing to do with Doctor Who, just for your own shit to keep you busy for the next 5 years? Just get the fuck out. Here you go, man.
I'm like, wasn't the talk that they were supposed to be giving him Blake 7? Wasn't that the story that he was going to get Blake 7?
Oh God, don't give him that.
Yeah, apparently he's supposed to be getting Blake 7. Yeah.
Oh God.
There's also another rumor that in 2023 that Chris Chibnall is going to continue his version of this whole fucking rubbish that he's doing. I think he is gonna. I honestly do believe he's gonna do something. Maybe not a full retcon, but I think he'll do it in a way that will keep both sides of the fandom happy. And
he's going to have 2 timelines. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be 2 timelines that exist.
Star Trek. So I think that's what will happen.
Like the mirror universe.
And I wouldn't be surprised if BBC said to him, listen, we want you to step down from Doctor Who. You're going now, but you can do your own version of this female.
Right, he'll do a fucking spin-off of like Vinder and fucking and fucking Root Doctor and fucking whatever bullshit that the fucking
the ratings of that series will fall quicker than me after 10 gin. That's that's not the idea that they could even go on with that. It won't last. It will last.
Listen, there's a lot of things that are changing. I'm even hearing stuff like HBO Max might be going away because there's like weird stuff going on with companies and streaming.
Well, see, the thing is, if Bad Wolf gets taken over by Sony, then Sony are going to be saying, right, what's going on with all these days here? Can we be working with these days?
Well, Sony needs money. Sony needs to make money because they were losing a lot of money. Aside from their video game division, they've lost tons of money with their movie division. So
yeah, but you look at what Bad Wolf has done, right, with his Dark Materials and the other shows that they've been doing. They've been highly successful. So bringing on
Time Travel's wife
is a stroke.
Yeah, Moffat's gonna have the Time Travel's wife for a couple of years. They're gonna have a contract with
but I think bringing RTD back gives a lot of people hope, including the likes of Ziz and all of these other people that have contracts. Bringing him back is kind of some security net because listen, he's recently won awards. This man doesn't need to come back to Doctor Who. Doctor Who needs him. He's back now.
I'm gonna tell you, they're probably gonna get Chibnall, and people are gonna be surprised by this, but they're probably gonna get Chibnall because they're gonna probably do another season of Sherlock that people are not expecting, and they're probably gonna get Chibnall to write an episode.
No, I wouldn't want that.
No, I think that's going to happen, honestly, because Moffat's not going to let him fuck it up. He's going to be on the Moffat and.
Well, maybe if Moffat is an executive. Look, I will say this: when Chibnall is under someone, someone is
same thing with Moffat. When Moffat was under RTD, it was perfect.
Exactly when Chibnall did Torchwood, right?
And 42 as well.
Look at that. Look at that series that Chibnall helped write, right? He had RTD over him. He did very well. He actually did very well with Torchwood.
Because there are people checks and balancing him.
Exactly, because RTD could rein him in.
There was nobody. Oh, that's okay.
That's what I mean.
So maybe he will. Maybe he'll be better.
You need someone to rein you need someone to rein Chibnall in, right? Just like you need someone to rein in Stephen Moffat. Right?
RTD is a craftsman.
When Stephen Moffat became showrunner, let's be honest, he was all over the place as showrunner.
Listen, he didn't listen to anybody. He didn't even listen to Gatiss. Gatiss almost walked a couple times because he wanted to bring his freaking Ice Warriors back. He's like, nah, you can't. Do Sleep No More. Do sequel. He's like, no, I want to do Ice Warriors. I want to do Ice Warriors again.
If RTD can come in now, this is what's been in my head for.
They're all back. I'm sorry. They're all back as far as I'm concerned.
If RTD can come in now, right? And say he does the 14th Doctor, and then maybe he goes after that. I hope he doesn't leave completely. I want RTD to become, if they're going to make Doctor Who the big thing that I've been preaching about for ages, and they want to make it big, I hope that when RTD does leave again as showrunner, they offer him the role that's basically the equivalent.
See, I don't think you understand though. He's never leaving. He's never leaving. Listen, that Bad Wolf is his baby. Yeah, that Bad Wolf is. So even if listen, it's RTD right now is the BBC, but it's RTD. Yeah. He's the fucking thing. So even if he does not, he'll always be something with Doctor Who because he owns the fucking company.
I hope he's just made the Kevin Feige of the Doctor Who. Of
RTD, RTD will be gone after Series 14. He'll step down as the head writer. And
I don't think so.
And
I reckon he's here for
if he brings back Toby Whithouse, I think Toby Whithouse will be the one that will take over.
He can't write a season and then leave. He has to do a thing like a 3-year thing like he did before. He's not going to.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will because Doctor Who takes too much time and he has other projects that he wants to do.
Yeah, but he can listen. He doesn't have to. He can just write and then Moffat can show run it again. Who cares?
And think about it though, if just for a second, right? He leaves Doctor Who, but then he brings back Torchwood. Then he does other spin-offs.
Oh, definitely.
He has to fix. First of all, he has to fix Torchwood.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you put,
you got to fix John Barrowman's reputation, though. You got to fix him.
Yeah, but if you have Doctor Who and solid foundations, which I think that's why they're bringing them back, right? He'll start doing the spin-offs then.
But you know that now that BBC has no influence, he can bring Captain Jack back immediately. You know that, right?
I reckon,
because he doesn't need fucking a permission to bring because that's his character.
don't be surprised if John Barrowman
He's
returns.
back immediately.
Yeah,
He's back.
I'm
He's
counting the
back.
time.
I'm telling you right now, he is back. Series 14, fucking immediately.
The ideal situation would be RTD running the 14th Doctor's era for 3 series, stepping down as head writer, and maybe during that time of him writing, he picks somebody to take over. He goes into this Kevin Feige position whereby he is sort of the main guy.
He oversees everything, yeah.
Yeah, it's his company. It's his company still. Even if they merge, it's still his company. He's not selling his company completely.
Like, he's going to get some money. He's going to get some money. This show
will be swimming in money.
He'll get money, but he's not giving up Doctor Who.
No,
listen, if you got your favorite fucking show in your hands,
Doctor Who for love or money.
Listen, it doesn't matter. If you got you want to be rich, sure, but if you got your fucking favorite show in the palm of your fucking hands, you ain't letting that shit go. Just like Sony's never letting Spider-Man go, he's never letting Doctor Who go. He's always going to be a part of it. He's always going to have control over it, and everybody else is going to work under him. Moffat, everybody. And let me tell you something. Everybody's coming back.
Oh, Moffat is coming back. Listen, be under no illusion. Stephen Moffat, Mark Gatiss,
they're all back. Everybody.
All of these people that RTD worked with before.
Even that guy they fired that they said because they don't like what he said about certain things. What's his name?
Gareth Roberts.
Yeah, he'll be back too.
No, Gareth Roberts has already ruled himself out. He turned around and said that he'd rather put his penis in a blender.
Jesus.
Someone asked him that question after RTD was announced, and someone asked him, would you go back and write for Doctor Who again? And he turned around and said, and this is a direct quote, I'd rather put my penis in a blender. He's not coming back.
Maybe, wait. Maybe he will rather put his penis in a blender because maybe he don't want to be a man anymore. This day and age, people switch. I don't know.
Gareth Roberts, look at Gareth Roberts.
Technology that goes make it grow back fucking 5 years from now. Who cares?
I don't blame Gareth Roberts for not coming back. The way he was treated.
Is he rich though?
What?
Is he rich?
Gareth Roberts? Yeah. No, but
well, how is he making money now?
People that know him say that he's out straight, like, and that he can be a bit difficult. And if he
but how is he making money now, though? How could you be making money if you?
I don't know if he's making money now, but he's ruled himself out now. Whether he does a U-turn, if money is thrown at him and he does a U-turn, don't get me wrong, I'll be delighted, but I just don't see it happening.
Maybe he is writing shit under a different name. And you don't, we don't fucking know.
Fall out? Didn't him and Capaldi nearly have a row or something on Series 8, like during the caretaker? Did I read that somewhere? Him and Capaldi just did not.
I know that Capaldi was pissed with the fucking Sleep No More with it. You see him like they just. That was the thing we knew something was wrong because Gatiss was late handing in the script and he did it in 24 hours and was fucked up. So when you see strangers that don't know what the TARDIS is grab the Doctor to throw him in the TARDIS, you know that's not how it was supposed to end. Like, he was like, what the fuck? He was like waving to say, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. That wasn't him as the Doctor. It was him as Peter Capaldi. Like, what the fuck is this story about? And they just pushed him into the TARDIS. That was it. It was over. It was over instantly. So, like, that was the first episode ever that was just fucking incomplete.
I tell you, the next few months, this is an interesting but also an exciting time now to be a Doctor Who fan again.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm glad RTD. I call him the GOAT because I think he is
the king.
RTD coming
the
back.
God Emperor.
It's great as news. Now,
absolutely.
What I've said is I don't want more of the same from RTD like we got in 2000 from his whole first run. I want to see the mature RTD now, more mature stories and further growth and development in his Doctor Who stories. I don't want silly monsters again like the Slovene and stuff like that. He has to get serious.
No, you got to listen. That was
times have changed. Yeah.
Listen, exactly. just like fucking the Tooth Fairy, fucking fucking Tim Shaw, like fucking
Tim Shaw was a joke.
So I'm saying you have to understand that was his first series as Doctor Who, so he's allowed to fuck up or do stupid shit like this. Yeah.
I agree. Give him the benefit of the doubt, you know, because it is his first series. He's finding his feet. It's the second series then where we actually judge showrunners because that's when you've got.
And then you have the greatest fucking three-parter ever. Fucking Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords was the fucking greatest fucking three-part ever.
It's like it's what you were saying, Noel. I would rather him come in now and use the 60th as the platform to remind people of how great Doctor Who was. Do the whole fan service thing then, and then from series 14 onwards, go and do something fresh. But if you want to pull characters like Martha Jones or Captain Jack, fine by me. Go for it. Just go for it. But I would tell you another thing that I had in my head here recently, and just go by his style and what he's done before. I've got this feeling in the back of my head. RTD's going to announce the new Doctor. There's something telling me he might go for New Year's Day. This has been in my head for about 4 or 5 months, even before RTD was announced.
I don't think they're going to do that because Jodie's still got 3
I reckon it's going to be 2022. They're not going to announce it before.
It would fuck up the whole.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're going to wait to the last fucking minute.
When you see the
next year.
Because the announcement of RTD was strange in itself. So, it would be interesting if they did actually announce it before 2020.
You'll see on November 23rd, 2022, they'll fucking announce the Doctor.
But you see, the thing is, they could leave it to the point where, with the way filming's lighted up for the 60th anniversary, they literally could reveal, Jodie Whittaker's last episode in the middle of October. They literally could leave it and bring in whoever it is to film.
That's what I said. That's what I said about a while. I forget. Sometimes they could easily leave it open like they do with Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Just see her regenerate, but they don't show who it is.
Yeah, I think it'll be an open-end regeneration. I don't think
until the new episode or whatever, and then it's like there's the new Doctor right there, and even Joe even pointed out that somebody on one of their on another cast is, they used your idea, they stole your idea, Scott.
That was your idea, Scott. I know for years ago.
Where you say the episode was out in October, right? Say I'm just going to put out a theory here to see if it could work. Say the episode went out on the 8th of October, 2022. Could you imagine if on the morning of the 8th of October, they brought in the next Doctor, shot the other half of that regeneration, and had the whole lot ready to go, so that we don't know who's taken over.
That's true.
Then that night, we see who it is. The next day or the next week, filming starts on the 60th anniversary.
Let me tell you something. We're not going to know, because we're not going to know who the Doctor is till very, very late. Because right now, RTD is going to make sure.
Did you see the latest rumor who the front runner is? It's an unknown.
Yeah, from It's a Sin, right?
Maury Douglas.
To be honest, I don't know much about him. But do you know what? I think that I said months ago, I won't go back on it, but I said he'd have to bring in a big name. But if he's going for an unknown, then fair enough. But the actor that they're thinking of, I have to say, he looked the part in a costume. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I've seen him and stuff. He is an unknown to me, but so is Matt Smith. And
very good. Very good. It's a Sin.
So apparently he's saying It's a Sin. So if he's good and It's a Sin, he's a good actor, then bring it on, I say. And if people have a problem with his skin color, all I'll just say is, well,
who cares?
Screw you.
To me, I'm with Joe. I don't care if if the dude looks like
I don't care. Why is that a factor with anything?
Can he carry it off?
Yeah,
that's all I give a shit about.
Exactly.
You're not looking at. First of all, you're looking how he acts. You're not looking at his color.
I know, but let's be honest. The way this fandom's been going on the last 5 years,
this fandom is
he's just another checkbox.
Listen, this fandom is
they're trying to do the checkbox bullshit.
I know, some people
might say Doctor Who is back, so people are not battling each other.
Some people might say he's the generic choice, but if history is repeating itself and RTD is going to pick somebody that he's worked with before, the first person that jumps to my mind, and I know a lot of people think he's a bit meh, but the first person that jumps to my mind is Ben Whishaw, the guy that plays Q and James Bond.
Listen, the whole thing is this: you're not going. Listen, they jumped the gun with the Russell Davis announcement. They're not going to take away from Jodie Whittaker.
Oh, hell
Jodie Whittaker is going to be they're not going to do anything with the 14th Doctor until the very last special was about to be aired.
Yeah,
and then I'm telling you, they're not going to do it. They're not going to.
He already said it himself as much. He turned around and says that there's 6 brilliant episodes of Whittaker's era to come on the specials. And right now, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride like everybody else. He has not made any decisions yet on
it's pointless
in all of this. So
there's no. I'm telling you right now that it's pointless to talk about the 14th Doctor. You're not going to get anything until
the only thing RTD is doing right now. You watch. The only thing he's trying to do is 1, find the right writers.
Yeah.
2, then find the right writers. Get at least
he has everybody. He has the writers already.
Those scripts written, and 3. And the number 3 is okay. Who's going to be my new Doctor? Who's going to be
the only reason
companion? And if it is a carryover, who's it going to be?
Listen, the only reason. Listen to me. The only reason that Russell T Davies is going to announce who the 14th Doctor is probably next November in 2022 is because they're going to be fucking filming the episodes, and the press are going to see who the fucking Doctor is.
Yeah.
So he's going to reveal it before the final special because they're going to see him filming it. So that's the only reason. That's the only reason, and it will be to the very last minute possible. I'm telling you.
Unless the filming happens behind the scenes and they don't do it publicly.
They can't. Because it can't all be in a studio. It can't all be in a studio.
Word will get out. Somebody will open their mouth.
Yeah, listen. That time that Christina paid for extra fucking security didn't fucking think that the security were fucking Whovians, and the people are taking pictures of the Daleks on the bridge are like, oh shit, go ahead. Meanwhile,
maybe we should all apply for a security job.
Right. How about you make sure you hire security that's not fucking Whovians? How about that? What a fucking genius.
I'd be leaking all over the place. I would if I was working there. Get the mobile phone out.
When RTD comes in, I'd love him to go now and sort of cherry pick from the Moffat and the Chibnall era. Just bring in, take
please.
Sarah Dollard as a writer, Rachel Talalay as a
He's
director.
got everybody. RTD's been fucking writing fucking since the goddamn fucking lockdown. Him and Moffat have been going fucking crazy. These motherfuckers.
Look at Moffat and
they've been writing their asses off.
Moffat and RTD have never been happy with what Chris Chibnall has done to Doctor Who. Why haven't they come out and slammed them publicly? Because
the reason, you want to know why? No, it's in the listen. There's a stipulation in their contract with the BBC that if the moment they say something against another employee of the BBC, like Chibnall, they will lose whatever retirement and pension, because at some point in time they're going to be too old to do shit, but they're still going to get money from the BBC, right? So there's a stipulation they cannot fucking bash him at all, and they lose all this extra money that they would have. So they're fucking biting their tongue, they're biting their fist. They can't say shit, but that's why they made it where they fucking went to the set and they're fucking doing this shit behind the scenes.
But you're right, Joe. Because for all we know, RTD could have smashed his flat screen with the wine bottle off the.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he fucking. Listen, I'm sure everybody broke shit. I'm sure fucking John Barrowman broke fucking the goddamn fucking dollar because he had to get it fixed. I'm sure they fucking did all this shit.
Look at Billy Piper and Matt Smith. They were the only two though that actually slagged it off when they found out that Doctor Who wasn't on Christmas Day anymore. They actually had a pop and says, "Well, what's it doing on New Year's Day? It should be on."
What the fuck? Exactly.
So they come out straight. Look at if fans of this era are under the illusion that RTD and all their past cast and Moffat are all happy with what's happened with this era, you are wrong. They're all disgusted by it. Actually,
there is a faction of fans out there that they think they know what the fuck is happening. And they're like, oh, the Doctor and Yaz are gay. They're a couple and everything. No, wrong. They're normal. Guess what? You didn't get shit done that you wanted because that's not the case. The Doctor's not going to be in a romance with the Master. Try again. The Doctor's not going to be, that's it.
Yeah, but look what Chibnall actually did in the first episode.
That's right. They fell
he was
in the
pandering
bed
to that
together.
lot.
Yeah, that's what I love.
No, that was a cushion, just like River fell into the pond, the water.
But I reckon that was
It was they knew they were gonna fall in.
I was about to mention that
Just
again.
no.
That was a double
And then
dead.
all of a sudden
Look at
she
it
says those
again,
words and
it's
she
a
becomes
double
a
dead.
He was in prison. Yeah, no.
It was an innuendo.
Listen,
When the doctor
it was a double
when the
dead.
doctor was in
handcuffs
prison,
on, that was so
he had
obvious.
sleep on the
that was
floor.
Chibnall turning around and saying that was Chibnall saying, fuck you to those shippers. I think
This is as close you're gonna fucking get.
yeah, that's
That's
what
what
we're
I mean,
getting.
but
That's
you
it.
can't deny that was
Stupid
definitely a double
motherfuckers.
dead. There was
As
pillows.
close as you're gonna fucking get to that shit. Now
That's
let's
right.
get on with the story. Exactly. He said, "Fuck you." Basically, he
It's
said,
like,
"Fuck
that's
you" to
the
them
closest
too.
thing you're getting. You've got them in a bed. You asked what you
Right.
want. You've got what you wanted. That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it. You're done.
1 second
Never gonna
scene.
see that shit again. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Do you know what the funny thing was? The focus of most of the people on that other side was that whole scene. And you were saying, oh, when are they going to kiss now? Oh, look at the handcuffs in a double bed. If that wasn't telling us that the Doctor and Yaz are in love, what have they been doing in the TARDIS all this time? And why
You
is
can
he
dream
doing
on
it?
because they were
been
not going
playing
to do that
Sissy
because they pissed
Sisters.
off too many of the fans.
Listen,
Already
if they
pissed
were
them off
listen,
with
if
the
they were
whole
gonna make Yasmin
chef.
Khan, if they were gonna make Yasmin Khan gay, which he's not, right?
Well, apparently she's bisexual, though. I think
In the comics, not in the fucking reality it was. But here's the thing. Then Claire's the girlfriend because Claire was looking at her and they're talking to each other weird. So that gets zapped by the Weeping Angel. So something must happen in the past.
Can you imagine in the final episode of the Daleks or their last episode, Yaz turns around, confesses her love for the Doctor, and immediately gets exterminated?
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be funny as shit.
I want to tell you, that'll be copying off of fucking the Doctor and Rose when they're running
Yeah,
to
but
each
it
other.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I would love that to happen for the simple fact is it would annoy the other side. Because Dave wanted this from day one. Dave wanted the Doctor and Yasmin to hook up from day one.
Would anyone even miss Yaz if she was exterminated?
No.
Relationships are not permitted. Exterminate.
Rooting for even the stormtroopers of Star Wars to have better shots.
What's what everybody learned how to fly the fucking TARDIS lately?
Yeah.
Never happened.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about? Nardle's fucking flying that shit. River's
Must be a
flying that
psychic
shit.
link.
Yaz is flying that shit. Looks like fucking in the scene when she's talking about the flux, that fucking what's his name? John Bishop's flying that shit too. What the fuck is that about?
Look,
Where
here's
did the
thing.
manual come from?
That's one thing that's annoyed
Ian
me.
Chesterton can't fly this shit, but you got fucking Yasmin Khan flying it.
Yeah, but
Being
the thing
honest,
is,
right,
she just
this all
seems to
started
go-
with River Song being able to do it, right? So, like, this
Tegan
is
Jamaica couldn't fly that shit. Nobody could.
This has been a continuous trope during the New Who era, and they have to get rid of that. Oh,
Yeah,
as far as I'm
agree.
concerned, only the Doctor can
Stop fucking flying.
See, the thing is, I
And
like the
leave
scene.
that.
I like the scenes. That scene in was it the Suntaran experiment when it's just before Martha rings the Doctor and it's Tennant's Doctor showing Donna how to fly the TARDIS. Why could you have a scene again? Why does Yaz just come out straight away and it looks like she's known this all her life how to
She
fly
knows what the
TARDIS?
fuck she's doing. I'm like,
If
wait
you
a
want
minute.
character development,
What,
if you
is
want
she the
character
Doctor
development,
too?
why not have Jodie Whittaker's Doctor saying, "Here, press that button there." Yeah, that's how you do it there. No, not that button, the other button. You know, have some sort of character development.
Listen,
Why just give her these?
The whole
skills and
thing
she
is
knows how to play
all the TARDISes in existence are not alive. Only the Doctor's TARDIS has
Yes.
this consciousness thing because when Rose absorbed the time vortex and he took the time vortex back, he put it back in and they had this forever connection with the TARDIS after that one event. Right? That's why you can snap the fingers, the TARDIS fucking opens. They have this connection. He knows when the TARDIS is dying. She knows when the TARDIS is dying. The TARDIS knows when he's regenerating or she's regenerating. And the fucking TARDIS gets fucked up all the time. So there's a connection with the Doctor and the TARDIS that it communicates with the Doctor. The other fucking TARDISes, the one that Yaz was using, that shit ain't alive. None of them are alive. So, you know, nobody taught fucking Yaz how to fly the TARDIS unless the fucking
No.
TARDIS itself did.
Maybe she's like a monkey on a keyboard on a typewriter. It doesn't know what
It was
it's doing.
fucking isomorphic that only fucking the Doctor could fucking fly it.
But like it's I don't know, like I don't mind like I don't mind I don't like the whole idea of a companion completely flying the thing on their own.
I don't like it at all.
Yes.
No, me
If
neither.
it's
Fucking
the- if it's
Rory was controlling this shit. That TARDIS, like, I'll teach you everything. Like, wait, what?
But if it's literally the case of where like the companion's starting and like hasn't a clue, and and the doctor says, "Can you just press that button there for me?" Something handy, you know, not have them completely flying it, but just saying, "Hey, listen, can you press that?" That's it, something like that. Do you know sort of like how Eccleston done it with Rose? He's like, "Can you just hold that button there before he sent her back?"
Yeah, and Mickey Smith. Remember when the doctor asked Mickey to hold the button down, and then he was holding it for way too long, and Rose and the doctor were slagging him off like because he was still pressing the button. Yeah, things like that would make sense. But the fact
More
that
realistic.
she can fly the
Yeah, that's
TARDIS
stupid.
now, what the fuck? Like, come on, will you leave it
Jones
out?
couldn't fly the fucking TARDIS, and she's fucking better.
Hey, do
Please.
you remember what happened in Castrovalva or even in Classic Who when any of the companions tried to fly the TARDIS?
Yeah, they
and just
fucked
went
the
to
whole shit
They
up.
screwed it
Yeah.
up.
Right, I'll be back in a few minutes. I just have to.
I'm gonna actually go, guys, because I gotta go to work. So
okay.
yeah, I have to do overnight. So thank you very much for everybody that taken part. Thank you, Noel. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Bedwolf. Thank
welcome.
you, Scott. I'm sorry, Perry, you couldn't come in because the StreamYard wouldn't let you in. And other people, thank you for commenting and everything else. We will be back on the weekend. Sally will be joining us. We're going to be doing the Everything Show. We're going to be talking about
I'll be
Matt
seeing
Smith
Eternals
being.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Matt Smith being Senator
Oh, he was
Palpatine.
good. Like I said,
that they
he
cut
Oh
is-
him.
yeah, I see that movie made.
he played
Very
a
interesting.
good villain in that movie.
I'm down to watch his new movie now as well.
He got
Probably.
Yes,
screwed with
that
the
was
Star
good.
Wars.
That was
He
that
got
was
screwed.
awesome.
He got screwed out of Star Wars, definitely,
Yeah,
because he
he
would have
He
been.
did.
He would have been Senator Palpatine for fucking movies. So
Sure, same with Terminator franchise. He was cut out of a lot of that movie as well.
and he was the head one.
I have to be honest. I felt sorry for Matt Smith when he first left Doctor Who, and he had all of these roles that he thought were going to be big, and then he was on the cutting room floor. But now you can see he started to get his own movies. He did The Crown. He's on the rise now, and I'm
I think
delighted.
Karen helping him, by the way. But
He's
yeah,
a great
And he's also in Morbius too.
Yeah.
So
He's a
yeah,
great
but
actor.
that's not a. It's a villain, but not really like where he's
still, if he played a good villain,
he
like
needs
I
to
said,
get
if
a
he played good
role.
villain in Soho, then he should be a good.
No, but
villain in
he
this one,
needs
too.
to get a role in the MCU where he continuously appear.
Well, look, if he keeps impressing with the stuff that he's doing,
Yeah,
I think he stars on the rise. He's a terrific actor. He
is.
and he's
I
very
agree.
dark. This is the one thing I'm actually pissed off about. Moffat could have had his doctor play a bit of a dark doctor because
he had a hint of that when he's like,
he had a
"You
hint
can
of
pick
it,
the
but
biggest prison, it won't be enough." Like, I'll get out of him. He was all bearded and shit. I was like, imagine you had a season where he had the fucking beard on. He was fucking nasty.
Yeah.
That shit would have been great.
I know. It's just a pity. I hope he does come back for the 60th. I don't
He's
know.
gonna be back.
And I want to see Christopher Eccleston, but I have actually read the riot act of Christopher Eccleston. You know, he needs to grow up now. Yes, I know there were problems between him and RTD and others, but you're a grown-ass fucking man now. You're going to Comic-Cons. You're taking fans' money.
Listen, it's all about money.
But the least you can do is turn up for the fucking 60th now. Put your fucking personal differences aside and show up for the fucking 60th. I know
I always said he's going to be in it.
Amen.
No, I know.
I always said he's going to be in it. I think this is all bullshit because even the thing with Sex in the City, that the one that fucking they're going to get her back too. They're going to throw money, and that's going to be the end of it. So he's going to be back.
Well, I think he'll take the money. Yeah, I think if RTD throws money at him, he'll come back.
He's going to come back. He's like, look, you don't have to kill the whole entire race. Just be the ninth doctor. Because that thing with Moffat was bullshit.
What's that? They'll try and get Karen Gillan as well, I reckon. They'll try their best.
Well, listen,
I'm sure they will.
Has also said that if the right storyline comes along, she's willing to come back.
Listen, when I was watching Doctor Who filming in New York, there was a whole bunch of shit filmed with the Doctor and with fucking Amy and Rory that never appeared in fucking Angels Take Manhattan, okay? There was fucking scenes with this whole group of musicians at this nightclub thing that they were filming. There was all this shit they never put in anything. I'm telling you right now, they're going to recycle that footage. They'll probably put it in the 60th, just like they did with fucking Shada, and they put that in the fucking, Doctor Who's anniversary and everything. So I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. But all right, I got to go. Thank you, guys. It's been great.
Chris Chibnall doesn't let us down now and continues the momentum. because he's given us something to pique our interest. Now it's time to deliver, Chibnall. That's all I'll say. So let's
War with the Centaurans, right? War of the Centaurans. That's the next one. All right.
See yous.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.